Well, it's great to see Topper sports season kicking off again. I'm Troy Hughes. I'm the fire chief here in Los Alamos. And we're glad to see COVID kind of waning and people getting back to their normal activities. One of the things that hurt us during this time period was our lack of people. So we need recruits. We need cadets to come to work for Los Alamos Fire Department. It's a great career, very rewarding, good pay, good benefits, great retirement. You get to work out and maintain your Topper strength. So we're hoping that a few good people will come to work for us in the next year, and we hope that the Toppers win, so go Toppers.
Hello, I'm Deputy Chief Oliver Morris of the Los Alamos Police Department, and I just want to take a few moments of your time to talk about some safety initiatives that we want to bring forth to the community as the 2022-2023 school year starts in Los Alamos. School is right around the corner, and we want to remind parents and students to make sure that you leave enough time to get to school on time so we're not rushing. As you can see behind me, all school zones are 15 miles an hour when students are going to school, even if they're not present. So let's slow down and just make sure our students are safe. Secondly, I want to remind us that when the buses are stopped and their stop signs and lights are activated, we want traffic to stop in both directions to allow time for students to cross the street to keep them safe. The other thing I want to talk about is our school campuses. It's important to remember that during school, campuses are closed to the general public as well as the playgrounds and facilities while school is in session. This also includes Sullivan Field and the Sullivan Field parking lot. We want to make sure that school is meant for just school hours and school staff. Please check in with the staff regularly if you're going to be planning on visiting our campuses. We have a long history at Los Alamos to have amazing school resource officers. These officers are there to provide an atmosphere of safety and security for our students and faculty, but they're also there to foster positive relationships with students. So we use our school resource officers just to ensure that everything is safe in our schools. The other thing I'd like to direct our community to is on the losalamosschools.net website. If you click on the Safety and Wellness section, you will see that there's the See Something, Say Something app. This app is a great tool to report anything that has to do with safety, whether it's bullying or whether it's a suspicious person on campus or anything you think is safety related for our schools. Please use this app to report any suspicious behavior so that we can work in concert with the Los Alamos Public Schools to make sure everyone is safe. And that's the final message that I have for you today. And I just want to make sure that we have a safe and fun school year, and go Toppers.
Hi, I'm Curtis Christensen, Managing Director of the Los Alamos Program Management Office here at TechSource. TechSource is honored to have the opportunity to support Hilltoppers basketball. We are part of the lab's triad team working towards mission delivery. And we are part of the community right here, living the example that it is team that gets it done. To borrow some of the famous Coach Wooden's words, the main ingredient to winning is team. All the team. The players that listen, push, and focus during practice, the support from the bench, and those 5 on the court. Los Alamos is a special community. We count ourselves lucky to be able to have the opportunity to support its people, events, and organizations. Good luck today. Go Toppers.
Join the University of New Mexico Los Alamos for the exceptional education. Join us for the small class sizes. Join us for the quality faculty and staff who are dedicated to your success. Whatever your reason for joining us, start here, go anywhere. Go Hilltoppers.
Hi there, my name is Kristen O'Hara and I'm the Director of Interpretation at Pojoaque Environmental Education Center. We are the nonprofit that runs the Los Alamos Nature Center. Bears are active in Los Alamos during spring, summer, and fall. New Mexico Game and Fish recommend the following 6 bear-wise basics to keep you and our bears safe. Do not feed or approach bears. Whether it's unintentional or intentional, feeding black bear in our community is incentivizing them to come into our residential neighborhoods for food. And we do not want to do that. They are wild animals. They're equipped for finding food themselves. Our people food is not the best thing for them. As far as approaching bears in the wild, it is best to stay away from black bear. If a black bear hasn't seen you and you happen to see one across the street from you, take a moment to have that beautiful experience, but do not approach a black bear. Make sure to secure your garbage cans and recycling. Bears have a very keen sense of smell and can rip open garbage cans very easily, so having them secured with some sort of bungee cord or something to keep the lids down is the best way to keep our bears in our community safe. Remove bird feeders during prime active bear times. Black bears in Los Alamos are active anywhere between the very end of April, May to the middle of November. So during those times, anything we can do to keep our bears safe by not giving them food is better for bears and better for us. So at night, for instance, at the Nature Center, we take down the bird feeders that we have outside and put them back up in the morning. So that is something you can do. But if you do have a bear at your house that has eaten from your feeders, make sure to take your feeders down for a length of time around 2 weeks, so the bear does not acclimatize to coming to your house for food. Do not leave your pet food outside. If you happen to feed your animals outdoors, put your food bowls out there, make sure your animals have your fill, but make sure you bring them in after your animal is done eating. That'll, again, keep the bears safe. Clean and store your grills. That means cleaning your grills thoroughly, removing all fat and food that could have dropped in the base of the grill, and then storing it in an inaccessible place, so a place the bears cannot get to, like a garage or even inside your house, if that's a possibility. I know not everybody has a garage, but just keeping in mind a good place to store a grill that is away from that can be away from bears accessing it. And I guess our last bear safety tip is to tell your neighbors, communicate with your neighbors and your friends about bears that have been spotted in the area, or these safety tips that you've learned here today. The more knowledge we can give to our neighbors and our friends, the better, and it will keep our bear neighbors and our human neighbors as safe as possible. Good luck, toppers, on your season.
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome once again to the pit in Pojoaque. We were just here last Friday night for the final game of the regular season for both of these teams. And now we're in the District 2 4A tournament. And we are at the quarterfinals, and we are back in Pojoaque as the Hilltoppers ended up with the number 4 seed. They took on the 5 seed Moriarty last night and won that ball game fairly easily. And so now they come back here to Pojoaque. The Pojoaque, we have faced Pojoaque twice, Mike, in the season, and both times they have come away the victor.
Yes, Toppers took on the Elks earlier in the season. That was up at Griffith Gymnasium. That game a bit one-sided, unfortunately, for the Toppers. Then last weekend, Toppers down here. Toppers actually kept it close most of the way. Had a couple of chances late. Actually cut the lead down to 2, and had a chance to cut the lead down to 1. And you know, the great thing about that game, Gene, it was just the diverse offense we had in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, just, you know, everybody contributing. And by everybody, I mean 2 guys.
Total team play.
Yeah, I have never seen that. I've seen occasionally, you know, one guy will score, you know, pretty much all the points in a quarter. We had 2 different guys score all the points in 2 different quarters. And, you know, it was, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, it was
Really?
just, especially that 4th quarter, that was just a one-man show. That was Josiah Fresquez.
That was it.
And you know, I don't even know how many Toppers. I don't think 5 other Toppers touched the ball in that entire quarter.
No, I don't think they did either. Yeah, that first game was on January 31st in Los Alamos. Los Alamos, we lost 65-51. And Derek Sansis, their stud, he had 37 points. And then we came up here last Friday. That was on the 17th. And we lost that with 51-46. Derek had 26 points. But as Mike pointed out, in the second quarter, Nico Garcia had 8 points. That was all the points, in not the second quarter, the third quarter. Nico Garcia had all the points in the third quarter. That was 8. And then, they turned out all the lights on us. And so, and then in the fourth quarter, Josiah Fresca said, "Oh, it's the national anthem. Sorry. We'll be back." So that is the national anthem. It's sung by the same girls that sang it last Friday. A couple of girls harmonizing, doing a very good job.
They're real good. They're no Enrico Palazzo, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, they are good. So Mike has the starting lineup for us.
Yeah, sure do, Gene. Introducing Los Alamos first. They have they're 11-16 after last night's win. They're going to start their usual starting five: Nico Garcia, a 6-foot junior; Kyle Evanhus, a sophomore; Ethan Mondragon, a sophomore; Josiah Fresquez, a sophomore; and the lone senior, 6'2", Rick Valdez. For the Pojoaque Valley Elks, they're coached by Jason Mossman. They're 16-10 on the season. They ended up third after all the tiebreakers were put out and they figured out. They ended up third in the district tournament, or in the district standings. They're going to start Mario Barros, a 5'8" sophomore; Jeremy Quintana, a 5'10" senior; Tobias Velasquez, a 5'11" senior; DJ Hanamio, he's a 5'11" senior; and their big man on campus, 6'1" senior, Derek Sanchez. So keep an eye out. The Toppers are going to be going to closely watch where Derek Sanchez is this evening, and try to keep him contained. But again, as you were mentioning the other day, Gene, a couple of things the Toppers can do. They can either really try to clamp down on Derek Sanchez, or they can, they can just kind of try to slow him down a little bit and just shut everybody else out. And that is, we've seen that work at some levels, and we've seen that happen to Los Alamos when we've got prominent scorers. They really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to them. They just wanted to make sure that that one person wasn't going to beat us, and that has worked. So we'll see what Los Alamos wants to do here tonight against a very, very talented young man in Derek Sanchez.
Yeah, we'll take the Michael Jordan approach here, and what they used to do is, I remember the Boston Celtics was playing the Chicago Bulls, and they asked Larry Bird, "How are you going to stop Jordan?" He said, "We can't stop Jordan. We just need to stop the rest of the team," and that's exactly what they did. Jordan still scored 60-some points. We're ready to go. Derek Sanchez will jump it up against Derek. Derek Sanchez jumping up against Rick Valdez, and we're going to have a jump ball again. And it looks like he wants to do it all over again.
Well, nobody had clear possession. If there's a held ball when nobody had possession, then they're going to jump it again.
Yeah, so...
okay, so apparently the Toppers at some point had full possession, so that we'll go over to the Elks. I don't know about that, but...
that's weird. Well, anyway, the Elks start things off. They get it to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez is going to try to penetrate right down the middle. Rick Valdez took a hand in there and gets a hand on the balls, keeps him from going down that lane. And thank you, Debbie. Debbie just brought us water. And so now they're going to rotate it over. Down low they go. Trying to get it into Derek Sanchez. Their star score, and ball is going to be stolen away by Los Alamos, and trying to get it back. Interestingly enough, Kyle Evans, who's got a hand in there, and then the ball was on the floor, and so Josiah Fresquez going for it, and then trying to get it back. Jeremy Quintana, and that's a classic. You have the ball stolen, you steal the ball, I'm going to steal it back, and then they get a foul every time. So the Hilltoppers with it right now, and Ethan Mondragon way out near half court. He's going to come to the right wing, get it to Nico Garcia. Garcia on the dribble, still on the dribble. Dribbles to the white ring in the corner. He goes to Ethan. Mondragon passes it into Rick Valdez. Valdez back to Rico. 3-point shot. That's good. So nice ball movement by the Hilltoppers. And Nico comes up with the first 3 points of this ball game. So the Hilltoppers right now, they're in the zone, but I think they may be having it. They've got Rick Valdez on Derek Sanchez. He gets the screen. Rick's going to stay with him. So the Hilltoppers in a man-to-man defense right now. But Rick Valdez, wherever Derek Sanchez goes, Rick Valdez goes. Ball is knocked away as they try to get it to Derek once again, and this one is going to be picked off by Ethan Mondragon. Mondragon had a whale of a ball game last night against Moriarty. A number of steals and near steals. Comes now to Nico. 3-point shot by Nico. That's off. Rebound comes down to DJ Aramillo. Quickly up the floor. They're going to get it to Derek Sanchez. He's just going to take it all the way. They just passed it up to him, and he just took off to the basket. Said, get out of the way because I'm going. And he went. So the Hilltoppers with it. They're going to lose the ball. Derek Sanchez with it. And he baseballs it down the floor, but there's a whistle.
I think we're going to say somebody stepped on the baseline. Looks like one of the Elks stepped on the baseline.
So, yeah, it's apparently so. So, anyway, Los Alamos will inbound it under their own basket. Nico Garcia will inbound it, brings it into Derek Valdez out on top to Ethan Mondragon. Mondragon will bring it over to the left side to Josiah Frescas. Frescas, top of the key, and he's going to take it in. He dishes it off over to Ethan Mondragon. They get it to Kyle Evanhus. 3-point shot by Kyle. That's off. And then the Hilltoppers save it all the way back in and just save it down the floor and set up a perfect fast break for Pojoaque as Tobias Velasquez, the only man back there. So they heave the ball back toward half court, and there was Tobias Velasquez. So all he had to do was just grab it, uncontested layup completely at a 0-on-0, at a 1-on-0 fast break. And so we're going to have a reach-in foul go to.
I think it's a held ball is what they called. And possession arrow pointing in favor of Los Alamos. Kyle Evanhus going to check out. Enrique Tafoya checking in for Los Alamos here at the just under 5 minutes left in this first quarter.
Yeah, it's a 4-3 ball game. Rick Valdez is going to take it to the hole, but he has the ball knocked away by Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is going to bring it all the way down. I mean, just coast to coast. He just grabbed it and took off. And I mean, he took off. And there wasn't anything anybody could do about it. He came down the left side of that lane, just laid it up there with the left hand. Beautiful move that time by Derek Sanchez, but he was determined. And the Hilltoppers couldn't do anything about it. He's so quick. Hilltoppers will bring it out, try to get it outside. We're going to have a traveling violation called against Enrique Tafoya as he got into traffic, couldn't get out of the traffic, and ended up with shuffling his feet. So Pojoaque leading right now 6-3. They bring it over into the right corner. They're going to hand it out on top to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez, top of the key, makes a great spin move, dishes it off over in the corner. 3-point shot. This is going to be off. Hilltoppers with the rebound. And so the Hilltoppers now will bring it up. Ethan Mondragon will bring it up for Los Alamos. Under 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Mondragon dribbles through a double team and then tries to pass the ball across the lane. Wait a minute. Tobias Velasquez goes down and scores, but I don't think that's going to count. I think they're going to call a foul before that.
They're going to call Garcia for a reach-in prior to Velasquez taking off down the court. And, wow, that foul bailed out the Toppers for a bucket there because Velasquez was completely by himself once again.
Yes. So here comes Derek Sanchez, has the ball stolen away. They're going to call Derek for travel.
What?
Unbelievable.
You don't call your stars for travel.
No. So Derek decided to take it to the hole again. Hilltoppers had a good defense against him. Somebody got a hand in there, and so Derek ends up traveling. So right now we have a 1-2-2 zone press being put on by Pojoaque. Hilltoppers still in the backcourt. Josiah picks up his dribble. He's in a lot of trouble. Gets it across to Rick Valdez. Valdez gets away with a walk.
Oh, boy.
And underneath wide open is Eddie Gartz. Puts it in with the left hand. Nice move by the sophomore, Eddie Gartz, to put it in to make it a 6-5 ball game. 3-point shot from way out by Tobias Velasquez. That's off. Rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers. They get it over now to Josiah Frescas. Frescas pass over in the corner. Nico Garcia, 3-point shot. That's off. Rebound comes down to Jeremy Quintana. Quintana on the move. And we're going to have Well, Enrique Tafoya did a good job of just stealing the ball away.
Checking in for the Elks, going to be number 11.
Yeah, he did. He ended up stealing the ball away from, and I believe that was Mario Barros. And Barros, as the two were struggling for the ball, Barrios stepped on the sideline. So it turns over to Los Alamos, 6-5 ball game. Hilltoppers, Josiah Frescas going to come in. He puts the shot up. It's, oh, wow. The acrobat shot that time for Josiah, and it drops in for 2. Hilltoppers take the lead now, 7-6, 2:40 to go here in the first quarter. Derek Sanchez gets the screen, and good job by Rick Valdez to cut him off. And others are going to try to send him down the middle again. They do, and this time he misses the shot. The rebound comes down to Nico Garcia. He will get it up to Josiah Frescas. Starts to come down. He's going to Frescas. Is going to go up and in. So he started to go down the left side of the lane, and he got cut off. So he just kind of stopped. And at that point, the defense just dropped off of him. So he just had a little 6-foot jumper off the glass. Tobias Velasquez with a great move to the basket. And Velasquez puts it in for 2. That's his 4th point. And it's a 9-8 ball game. Hilltoppers up by 1. Comes to Eddie Gartz in the corner on the right side. Comes out on top to Josiah. Frescas gets a screen from Rick Valdez. Goes around the screen. Does a little spin move. Puts the shot off the glass. Whoa. Little spin move in the lane from about 10 feet out. And about 10 feet out. And then he put it in off the glass. And now we're going to have a foul called on Rick Valdez. And that's Rick's first personal, second team foul. It's an 11-8 ball game. Hilltoppers up by 3. Pojoaque will inbound it near the corner on the left side. He's just going to bring it out on top to Velasquez. Tobias puts the ball on the floor. He gets it over to Dalian Lopez. Lopez back to Tobias. So they're just working around the front right now. Mario Barras wants to shoot the 3, shoots the 3. Fight for the rebound. Starts to go out of bounds off of Nico Garcia. Eddie Gart saves it back in for Los Alamos. Tobias Velasquez bringing it up all over him. Mario Barras. Velasquez. Josiah is going to take it to the hole again. And
wow.
Basket good. Wow. So Josiah Frescas just taking it to the hole. He made a great move down the right side of the lane. Puts the shot up, and he was fouled. And so he will now go to the free throw line. And the Hilltoppers now lead 13-8. And Frescas piling up the points here. He has 7 points in the ball game right now. And it's a 13-8 lead. Quickly down the floor come the Elks. They get it to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez dribbling between the circles. Gets to Mario Barras out on top now to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez, Rick Valdez on. He gets a screen, puts up the 3, long rebound. This is going to be pulled off. Hilltoppers have a 3-on-1 fast break, and they blow the 3, then they blow the break.
Oh man, Rick Valdez coming straight down the court. The only guy back was Derek Sanchez. He had a guy on to his right, guy to his left. Decided to try to dish off across, and Derek ended up getting his foot in the way, and it goes out of bounds. But missed opportunity there.
Unbelievable! A 3-on-1 fast break. So
yeah, you got to cash that in. You got to cash that in.
Boy, do you ever! Josiah Frescas out near the coffin corner at half court, working on Tobias Velasquez. Goes in, puts a shot up, and that's good. So Josiah Frescas, 9 points in the ball game, and the Hilltoppers lead 16-8. And now they bring it to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez wants to move on Nico Garcia, and a 3-point shot is put up this time by Dalian Lopez. Rebound comes down to Frescas. Frescas has the ball knocked away from behind.
That should have been a reach-in foul on Sanchez.
Yes, it should have. But
yeah, he slapped him right on the wrist with right at the buzzer. So Josiah did not get a shot off, but no, that should have been a foul.
Yeah, it should have been. And Tobias Josiah out there showing the ref where he hit me on the wrist, but then the buzzer goes, so that brings that to an end. So it's 16-8 right now as the points. I'm missing a basket here, Mike.
I think Josiah has he had a.
So they had 4 field goals, no 3-pointers. They were they did not go to the free throw line. The Hilltoppers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 field goals, 1 3-pointer, and they were 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Does that add up? No, it doesn't. And got another basket for. So he's got 5. Okay.
Yeah, so Josiah 11 points in that first quarter, off to a very, very hot start. I think they just had a meeting prior to the game and just say, you know what, don't wait for the fourth quarter to go off. You know, let's get that started a little bit earlier, see what happens. So yeah, Josiah had literally all the points for Los Alamos in that fourth quarter. He ended up with 16 points the other night. 16 of his 18, and so Josiah getting things done a little bit quicker tonight.
So they just pass the ball into Derek Sanchez, and he just goes right down Broadway, and nobody cuts him off. Nobody does anything. He just took it out about half court and just headed to the basket. And so taking it to the hole once again, this time was Nico Garcia. So Nico takes it to the hole, bounces it off the glass and in. He has now 5 points. It's an 18-10 ball game. And out on top is Mario Barras. Barras over to Tobias Velasquez. And now we're going to have a foul away from the ball. And that's going to go to Rick Valdez. Valdez trying to work on Derek Sanchez. That picks up his second. That's a third team foul. We're just underway here in this quarter. And and they're trying to get it into the backcourt to Tobias Velasquez, Rick Valdez, and to Derek Sanchez. Rick Valdez back there goes high in the air and slaps the ball away. Looked like a mighty clean play to me, and Sanchez goes down. I think Sanchez just fell because he was running backwards. He was trying to get backwards for the pass, and he fell down, so he gets the foul, and Rick Valdez picks up his third.
2 fouls by Valdez in literally 0 seconds.
Yeah,
that could be a problem defensively for Los Alamos. Tafoya in there covering. Let's see, Serafin Mendez, a very impressive-looking freshman for the Elks.
So the 3-point shot up. Rico Garcia high in the air to rip it down. I mean, rip it down. 18-10 still. Josiah Frescas with the ball gets it to Nico. 3-point shot. That's going to be off. You could see that as soon as it left his hands. Quickly down the floor come the Elks. And Josiah Velasquez wide open. Misses a right coming up, trying to put it over the front of the rim. And didn't get it up high enough. He had a wide open layup. Put it up. And just barely touched the rim. And so now down on the other end, we're going to have a reaching foul go to, and let's see, that one is going to go to Derek Sanchez. That's his first. That's the second team foul. And let's see, that's the third team foul on Pojoaque. And Hilltoppers will inbound it. Eddie Garth with the ball. Gets it now to Nico Garcia. Nico on the dribble in the corner. Eddie Garth. Garth's going to take it to the hole. Wide open. Whoa! He just went around the screen. They set a screen for him. He came around the screen, and nobody switched. Nobody did anything. They just let Eddie go straight to the basket. He put it up, hung on the rim forever, and then fell into the basket. 10-point lead for Los Alamos, 20-10. 5:54 to go here in the second quarter.
We're going to have a timeout on the floor here. Jason Mossman does not like what he sees. So he's going to call a 30-second timeout. Toppers up by 10, and the Elks were trying to run some motion, Gene, but I mean they were just kind of getting each other's way. They're a little out of sorts right now. Are the Elks, and Toppers doing a fantastic job defensively, even with Rick Valdez on the bench. Valdez, their defender, but Enrique Tafoya did. I mean, he's kind of getting the middle there, and he's just kind of lousing everything up for the Elks. They're just out of sync right now.
Yeah, they really are, and they're trying to get everything to Derek Sanchez, and Derek, when he gets the ball, he just wants to go straight to the hole. The Hilltoppers have done a good job on him. He does have 6 points, but he has 6 of their 10. But the Hilltoppers right now up by 10, 20-10 here in the second quarter. 5:50 to go in this first half. Tobias Velasquez will take the ball from the official and bring it into the backcourt to Mario Barras. He'll come across the timeline. So we're still in that, Hilltoppers in that man-to-man defense. Mario Barras just dribbling out there near the half-court circle, and they're trying to get something set up. So they set a screen for Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is going to come in, put the shot up, and they're going to call a foul on Los Alamos. But Sanchez went around a couple of screens, and personal foul goes to Nico Garcia, his second. That is the fourth. That is the 15th foul. But I mean, they set two separate screens that time for Derek. He set a screen out on top, and then as he came down the right side of the lane, and Derek Sanchez misses a free throw. Boy, you don't see that very often. But then he got a second screen down the lane, and then they called Nico for the foul. So Sanchez at the line once again. This one is going to go up and in. He has now 7 points in the ball game. Nico Garcia will bring it up for Los Alamos. Tobias Velasquez all over him. He finally brings it across and gets it to Josiah Frescas. Now on the dribble. Frescas still on the dribble. Gets a screen from Nico. Puts a three-point shot up. Rebound comes down to the Elkettes. They get it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez coming down the floor in a hurry. Has his pocket picked by Josiah Frescas and knocks the ball away. Comes right to Eddie Garth. Hilltoppers on the run. He had a little short jumper by Josiah Frescas about 15 feet out. That's off. Rebound, and it comes down to the Elks. Long pass down the floor down the left sideline. It gets knocked away. Comes right under our table.
It would have landed on top of the table if we'd gotten Dr. Peppers before the game, but it just didn't happen. So
yeah, last time we were here, they tried to knock over my Dr. Pepper.
And it would not go down.
No, it wouldn't. Well, Velasquez gets away with a walk, and so he does a little spin move, and then the ball gets knocked away from him, but he walked before that. And so now Josiah Frescas with the ball as the Hilltoppers pick up the loose ball. Frescas gets a screen from Nico. Frescas is going to go down the lane on the left side, puts up a left-handed shot, long pass down the floor to Tobias Velasquez, and Velasquez lays it in for 2. So Velasquez, he's been cherry picking and getting away with it. The last time he missed an easy layup. And this time, going to come now to Nico Garcia. Garcia is going to come up, put up a little short jumper. That's off. Rebound comes down to Velasquez. They got a 2-on-1. They dish it off at the last second, but to Derek Sanchez, the ball's on the floor. We're going to have a held ball, and that will go to Los Alamos.
And the Topper bench was screaming for a traveling call on Sanchez, and I think that was a travel. He was bobbling the ball. He never had full control of it, but he kept his feet moving. You can't do that.
No, that's right. And and so they had a 2-on-1, and then Velasquez decides to pass it off. Sanchez had a lot of trouble getting a hold of it, as Mike says. He just kept bobbling it, and then finally he ends up getting tied up. But Mike is right. He definitely traveled before all that. It's 20-13 right now, a 7-point lead for Los Alamos with 3:45 to go here in the first half. And the Hilltoppers right now have scored 4 points so far in this quarter. And the Elks to come up with 5 points in the quarter. So
wow.
So right now it's
and the official explaining that Derek Sanchez was juggling the ball. That doesn't matter. if he was the one that is supposed to have control of it, he can't move his feet.
No, that's right. Yeah, you just can't run along, bobbling.
Yeah, you could do that all the way down the court if you wanted to.
Yes. Hilltoppers inbound it, and they get it inside to Nico Garcia. Hilltoppers get it to Josiah Frescas. Frescas is just going to take it all the way, put it up with the left hand. It's off. Rebound comes down to Kyle Evanhoose. And Evanhoose right there for Los Alamos to put it in. That makes it now 22-13. Hilltoppers up by 9 with 3:20 to go here in the first half of play. Tobias Velasquez on the dribble. We're going to have 3-point shots going to be taken from the top of the key, and that is good by DJ Aramillo. So DJ Aramillo comes up for the first 3-pointer of the ball game for Pojoaque. Enrique Tafoya starts to make a move, gets it to Eddie Gartz, 3-point shot, top of the key, Eddie Gartz. So Eddie Gartz puts it up for 3. He now has 7 points in the ball game, so he answers right back. So after DJ Aramillo put it up from the top of the key, they got it down to Eddie Gartz, and he said, if you can do it, so can I, and that's exactly what he did. Derek Sanchez gets the screen. Kyle Evanhoose all over him. So Evanhoose is, he's not even giving him a foot of clear space. The ball now is finally get it over to DJ Aramillo, back to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez working on Enrique Tafoya. We'll get it back out now to Luke Pacheco. And so 2:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Derek Sanchez is going to take it to the hole and knocked away by Josiah Frescas.
Wow, what a defensive series we're seeing here. 2 big cutoffs, one on Sanchez, one on Velasquez. 2 guys that love to dribble in. And then the Toppers knocked the ball away, nearly picked it off. What a defensive sequence here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And so right now it's a 9-point lead for Los Alamos, 25-16. And the ball will be inbounded by the Elks. They bring it all the way out to half court to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez over to the right side to Mario Barros. Barros is going to try to take it to the hole. A little scoop shot as he did a little jungle move, and then he comes across now to Tobias to Frescas. Frescas over to Eddie Gartz. In the corner it goes, and Enrique Tafoya puts the shot up. It's off. Rebound is going to come down to Ethan Mondragon. Good hustle by Ethan. Ethan's still on the dribble. So Ethan now near the half-court circle with 1.5 minutes to go. It's still a 9-point ball game. And Ethan just out there dribbling all by himself. Gets it to Eddie Gartz. Gartz over now to Kyle Evanhoose. Evanhoose bounces it back to Enrique Tafoya. And the Hilltoppers don't look like they're almost into a stall here at this point. Eddie Gartz has the ball knocked away from him. Eddie Gartz is fouled. And he's going to be fouled by Jeremy Quintana. He clobbered his arm like you can't believe. I mean, he whacked him on the arm, and then Jeremy telling the official, it's all ball, it's all ball.
It was all arm.
It definitely was. So Jeremy Quintana picks up his second personal. That's the 4th team foul. Hilltoppers will inbound it. They bring it in to Enrique Tafoya, to Kyle Evanhoose. Tafoya, 3-point shot. That's good. Enrique Tafoya, the sophomore, puts in the 3, and the Hilltoppers go up 28-16. 12-point lead for Los Alamos right now. 50 seconds to go here in the first half of play. They get it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez working on Tobias, on Josiah Frescas. Almost throws the ball away. Loose ball chased down by Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez going to come down, dishes it underneath. And so Jeremy Quintana tries to go up. Couldn't find anybody to give it to. And so they get it now. They get it down the floor to Josiah Frescas. He decides to take it all the way. 4-on-1 break right now for Pojoaque. And so Jeremy Quintana puts it in. But the Hilltoppers had it at that point as they knocked the ball away. They had numbers, but Josiah Frescas decided to do it all himself. Comes over now to out on top to Josiah. 6 seconds to go. Josiah, 3-point shot on the way. That's good at the buzzer. A 3-point shot at the buzzer. 0.0 on the clock. and Josiah Frescas with the three-pointer. And that gives Los Alamos a 13-point lead, 31-18, after one half of play. So the Hilltoppers doing a good job on defense right now. They've held Derek Sanchez to 7 points. He hasn't scored for quite a while. He hasn't scored. In fact, he hasn't scored since he scored that free throw early in the second quarter, and he hasn't scored since then. So the Hilltoppers are doing a good job on Derek Sanchez, and the Hilltoppers are playing really, really upbeat. Their intensity is unbelievable. And so they come away from the first half. They're up 31-18, 13-point lead here after one half of play. And boy, this has been a whale of a good ball game, Mike.
Yeah, it really has. And boy, we've seen a lot of good things from the Toppers, but their defense has just been locked down. And we were wondering before the game, are they maybe going to give some extra attention to Derek Sanchez? Or are they going to give some extra attention to everybody else? They're giving attention to everyone. Sanchez really has not gotten into the groove of the game. Had a couple of buckets early. He's going to do that, but really outside of Tobias Velasquez, as you said, kind of cherry picking a little bit. He has 6 points, but the Elks have not been able to really generate much of a half-court offense so far. And we saw it on that one sequence. Los Alamos just all over everybody. Sanchez has no room to breathe. Kyle Evanhus doing a great job on him. And prior to that, before Rick picked up his third foul, Rick Valdez doing a real good job too. That was, just a fantastic couple of defensive possessions for Los Alamos. On the offensive end, Josiah Frescas, huge first quarter, and a couple of three three-pointers in that second quarter for Los Alamos. Tafoya, Gartz, and Frescas at the buzzer. And so a lot of good things happening in that first half for Los Alamos. Frescas ended up with 14 points in that first quarter. He had 11 first half, 11 in the first quarter. And then he had the three at the buzzer. 7 points for Eddie Gartz, a couple of nice buckets, and then the big three-pointer for Enrique Tafoya. And so a lot of good things happening for Los Alamos. We're getting a lot of people involved on offense, playing outstanding defense, and right now have a 13-point lead over the Elks. So that first half could not have gone a whole lot better for Los Alamos than it did.
Yeah, 31-18, 13-point lead right now for Los Alamos, and the Hilltoppers have 5 players getting into the scoring column and only 4 players getting into the scoring column for Pojoaque, as they came up with 4 players, and they had 8 field goals. One of those was a three-pointer. They were 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That was Derek Sanchez, and then the Hilltoppers came up with 13 field goals, so 5 more field goals for Los Alamos, but 4 of the 13 for Los Alamos were from three-point land, and they were 1 for 1 from the free throw line. 5 players scoring for Los Alamos. 5 team fouls called on the Hilltoppers, 4 team fouls called on Pojoaque. It was 16-8 at the end of the first quarter, and the Hilltoppers outscored Pojoaque in the second quarter, 15-10, to take this 13-point lead, 31-18. So, Mike, you have the scoring for us?
Yeah, like I said, running by that real quick. Josiah Frescas, 14 points, and 7 points for Eddie Gartz, 5 points for Nico Garcia, and 3 points for Enrique Tafoya, and a bucket for Kyle Evanhus. That came on an offensive rebound. 7 points for Derek Sanchez, and 6 points for Tobias Velasquez. So Toppers going to be interesting. See what happens. The Toppers, as we said, they got to go the long way to get to the district tournament championship game, and that is going to be Friday at Taos. And but Los Alamos with the win last night. Took the first step, and very, very good first half for Los Alamos. Should they hold on and win tonight, Gene, they will move on to play Espanola Valley down in the valley on Thursday. The winner of that game will advance to face Taos in the district tournament championship game. As we've been saying all week, frankly, this is do or die time for the Toppers. The Toppers, if they want to get in the playoffs, it sure as heck looks like they have to win this tournament.
Yes.
And they very, very good game last night against Moriarty. And that was a game we were a little bit concerned about. Moriarty went into the game playing some of their better basketball the entire season. And, it already had a big upset over Espanola Valley not too long before that. So we were a little concerned about Toppers. Didn't have any problem with them last night. Got going about midway through the first quarter and just kept going. Won that game going away 70-36. And good start here tonight. So the situation, Gene, is this. Los Alamos in the most recent rankings in Class 4A. And this is one of the big factors in determining what teams get at-large bids for the postseason. Toppers sitting at number 19 in Class 4A rankings. You can argue whether that's right or wrong. I think that's actually probably in the ballpark. But what does that mean for the Toppers? Right now, if the season ended right this minute, they'd be on the outside looking in.
Yeah, they really would. And so and on the girls' side, the Hilltopper girls are already in the championship game on Saturday night in the Griffith Gymnasium. And the district tournament started for the girls last night. And Taos came here to Pojoaque and won that ball game. So the Taos girls have advanced. And tonight, let's see, the Taos girls, they're
playing Espanola Valley.
Yeah, they're going to play Espanola. That's right. And Moriarty had the second seed, so Moriarty is in the semifinals already. So the quarterfinals tonight would be the Pojoaque and Espanola in the girls' side. So the girls are just sitting waiting to see who's going to come out on this. But right now we have a very exciting ball game here, 31-18, a 13-point lead for Los Alamos, and see if they can keep up the pace here in this second half. They've done a good job shutting down Derek Sanchez. Their overall defense has been fantastic. I mean, they're not letting really anybody do a whole lot. Tobias Velasquez has been able to get away to the basket a couple times. He's been cherry picking a lot, so he has gotten some shots, some passes down the floor. He had that one wide open layup, which he missed. The other one, he was a 2-on-1 fast break, and the Hilltoppers defended that very well. And then they forced a jump ball and a held ball after that. And so the Hilltoppers have been doing a good job all the way around. And they're setting a lot of screens for Derek Sanchez. That one series, they set a screen out on top, and then they had another screen set for him further down the lane, on the right side of the lane. So he came around the top of the key off that screen, kept on going, got another screen, but the Hilltoppers were able to get back and keep him from scoring. So even with a double screen for him that time, he did not convert. And in fact, he scored. He got fouled early in the quarter at two shots, and missed the first one uncharacteristically, and then he made the second one, and then we haven't seen him since then. And that was early in the second quarter when he shot those two free throws. So Hilltoppers done a good job on Derek Sanchez because he scored 37 points in the first game against Los Alamos, which they won 65-51, and then last Friday night, Hilltoppers lost by 5, 51-46. Sanchez had 26 points. So right now they've really cut down the pace on Derek Sanchez.
Yeah, really have. Toppers cannot get complacent over their first half performance, though. We've seen Derek; he can turn it on at any moment, and it just go nuts. So we're going to see if the Toppers can continue that. Meanwhile, Los Alamos just a lot of nice 3-pointers in that first half. We'll see if the Toppers want to keep doing that, or if they want to try to get the ball underneath. They were having some success with that a couple of weeks ago, especially against Espanola Valley. After getting penetration, they were able to kick out. That was really good to see. The Sun Devils were all set up, waiting for Los Alamos to bomb threes, and Los Alamos took advantage of that. Let's see what Pojoaque wants to do defensively, and if the Toppers see anything they can take advantage of.
And to start the second half of play, possession will go to the Elks. And for the Hilltoppers, they have their regular starting lineup. Nico Garcia, Josiah Frescas, Rick Valdez playing with 3 personal fouls, and Kyle Levenhus and Ethan Mondragon. So that is the normal starting lineup for Los Alamos, and nobody in foul trouble. Nico Garcia has 2. There were only 5 team fouls called, 3 on Rick Valdez, 2 on Nico. So Ethan Mondragon almost steals the ball away from Eric Sanchez, and so right now, let's see they've got Rick Valdez back underneath there. He's on his job as Derek Sanchez once again. Tobias Velasquez is going to take it to the hole. So he just penetrates in, comes in, lays it in with the left hand, up and in, and that makes it now 31-20. Hilltoppers, that's 8 points now for Velasquez. And so now the Hilltoppers working against a zone, and it's going to be a trapping zone. They get it inside to Rick Valdez. It's knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Jeremy Quintana. Gets it up the floor to Mario Barras. Back to Quintana. Quintana to Velasquez. Tobias on the right wing. Still on it. Now loses the handle. Has to pick it up. Now he's going to try to go again. And a shot on the baseline. That's good. DJ Aramillo. So he got the ball on the baseline. A little 15-foot jumper. And that was nice. So he cans it. That makes it 31-22. Comes now to Tobias Velasquez, over to Nico Garcia. And so right now, Taos is in a trapping defense. They're playing a zone. It's a matchup zone, but it's a trapping zone. So as soon as somebody gets the ball, they're immediately double teamed. So the Hilltoppers need to take advantage of that. Skip pass comes all the way out on top to Zaya Frescas. Frescas puts a shot up. It misses. Long pass down. Tobias Velasquez dives to the floor, try to knock it away. And so the ball now is going to come into Mario Barras. His shot is blocked by Nico Garcia. Garcia coming down the floor, bounces it up to Rick Valdez. Valdez goes up, and he looked like Tobias Velasquez was going to lay him out. And he went up in the air and fouled him, but Velasquez was the one that ended up on the floor. So Tobias was going to be a pretty hard foul by Tobias, but he missed Rick, and he ended up crashing to the floor. But he's fine, and he's out there. Actually, I had a little chat with Rick and smiling. The two of them smiling at each other, so that's good. And Rick Valdez at the free throw line for Los Alamos, and he's going to shoot 2, puts in the first. And that personal foul went to Velasquez. That's Tobias' first personal. And Rick he'll shoot one more, and this one is going to be off. Rebound comes down to Pojoaque, and quickly up the floor they come. They get it to Velasquez. 32-22, 10-point lead for Los Alamos. Derek Sanchez with it. Still on the dribble. Has the ball, and we're going to have a personal foul for a reach-in foul. This one's going to go to Ethan Mondragon. That'll be his first team foul in this half.
And I thought they were going to call Sanchez because he started swinging his elbows a little bit. Yeah, and we've seen that called before as an offensive foul. He's gotten away with a couple so far.
Yeah, he's right now he's pretty frustrated. Trying to get it to Eric. No, knocked away by Rick Valdez. He gets it up to Tobias. To Josiah Frescas. Frescas in the half-court circle, brings it to Nico Garcia, back to Frescas. Hilltoppers still working against that trapping defense. Over in the corner, they try to get it to Ethan Mondragon, knocked out of bounds by Derek Sanchez. It'll be inbounded by the Hilltoppers right in front of the Hilltopper bench. They'll hand the ball to Josiah Frescas. Frescas will bring it into the backcourt to Nico Garcia. Mario Barros on him. Nico just comes across easily. Pass almost picked off. They get it out. Nico, three-point shot. Just bounces around forever and then in. 8 points now for Nico. 13-point lead once again for the Hilltoppers. Velasquez going in. We're going to have a foul before the shot. And let's see who. That personal foul is going to go to Nico Garcia. That's his third.
I think they're going to call Ethan on that.
Oh, they gave it to Ethan Mondragon.
That'll be Ethan's second.
That's Ethan's second team foul. Shot is off by Pojoaque, and Tobias Velasquez pulls down the rebound. 35-22. Ball comes underneath. Ball is knocked away on the pass. They're trying to get it into Derek Sanchez. And here comes all the way down the floor. And we're going to have Josiah Frescas as he takes it to the hole, and he's fouled, I think. And a personal foul is going to go to DJ Aramillo. That'll be his first. That's the second team foul of this quarter. Let's see, that's the second team foul, right? And Josiah Frescas at the free throw line misses the free throw. That's he hardly ever misses a free throw. That's 14 points in the ball game. So Hilltoppers have a 13-point lead. That's their biggest. Now they have a 14-point lead. That is the biggest. So now on the floor comes Derek Sanchez. Mario Barros. Barros gives it to Velasquez. Tobias back to Barros. We have 4:30 to go here in this third quarter. Derek Sanchez tries to make the move. He's cut off. Shot. He's going to be off by the hill shot taken from the top by DJ Aramillo. Hits the front of the rim, and the rebound comes down to Pojoaque, and the Hilltoppers knock it out of bounds. They bring it inside now to Velasquez. Tobias on the dribble. We're going to bring it over now to Jeremy Quintana. Quintana will get it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is going to try to go in. He's triple team, puts a shot up, and bounces around and finally falls in. And so that gives him 9 points and cuts it now to a 12-point ball game, 36-24. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
And that's what you're facing when you face Sanchez. The Toppers really could not have defended that any better, but Fresca's answers on the other end could not have defended Sanchez any better, and he still got the bucket.
Yes, he really did. And so now Sanchez trying to cut down the middle of the lane. A bounce pass to him, knocked out of bounds by Los Alamos. 3:40 to go, 38-24. 14-point lead for Los Alamos right now over Pojoaque. And it'll be inbounded by the Elks under their own basket. They'll give it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez trying to find somebody to get it into. And finally gets it into Velasquez. Velasquez to go to Mario Barros. Now they get it to Sanchez. 3-point shot by Derek. That's going to be way off. Rebound's going to come down to Rick Valdez. And Derek Sanchez, a great three-point shooter, and he didn't hit anything but backboard. Nico Garcia, he wants a three. And he gets it. Nico Garcia, the three-point, and the Hilltoppers now go up by 17, 41-24. Tobias Velasquez takes it all the way down the floor. Misses an easy layup. Easy layup. Didn't put it up hard enough. Pass comes over into the corner. Ethan Mondragon out on top to Josiah Frescas. Frescas in the half-court circle, 41-24. Hilltoppers up by 17. Frescas is going to take it to the hole once again. Puts it up with the left hand, and he'll go to the free throw line. The personal foul will go to DJ Aramillo.
Wow.
And back to the free throw line will go Josiah Frescas. 17 points in the ball game right now. And the Hilltoppers lead by 17. And there's 2:50 to go here in this third quarter, and Frescas puts it in. That makes it 42-24, an 18-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the ball game right now, and Frescas will have one more shot. He can give the Hilltoppers a 19-point lead with 2:50 remaining. here in the first quarter. Fresca's second shot. That's off. Rebound comes down to Mario Barros. Barros gets it up to Jordan Lopez. Lopez over to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez gets the screen, starts to go in. He's cut off by Rick Valdez. Gets it to Mario Barros. They're going to get it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is just deliberately making contact. The personal foul is going to go to Rick Valdez. That's his fourth. That is the 13th foul on Los Alamos, but it's a foul on the floor. 2:37 remains here in the third quarter. 42-24. Hilltoppers up by 18. Rick will come out of the ballgame. Enrique Tafoya comes in for Rick Valdez. Pojoaque will inbound it under their own basket. They bring it all the way out on top to Derek Sanchez. On him right now is Kyle Evanhus. So he's trying to work. He gets the screen. Going to put up the three. That's good. So Derek Sanchez gets his first three-pointer of the ball game. He has 12 points, and the Hilltoppers right now lead by 15, 42-27. Tobias Fresca comes down, pulls up at the free throw line, pumps once, and then a ball inbound pass stolen by Ethan Mondragon. Mondragon gets it now to Tobias. Frescas is going to take it to the hole once again as the ball knocked away. And they have a 2-on-1 fast break. They get it up to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez puts it in. Man, that was not a good idea for Tobias Frescas to take it to the hole that time. He'll have to Ethan Mondragon steal. 44-29, 15-point lead. Comes over in the corner. Ethan Mondragon, three-point shot. Rebound comes down to Enrique Tafoya. Tafoya on the dribble. Has the ball knocked away from him. It's going to go out of bounds. We have 1:25 to go. 44-29, 15-point lead for Los Alamos.
Enrique, had he turned the corner, Gene would have had a straight shot to the basket. He was looking at the wing, but he had a step on his defender. All he had to do was make a sharp left turn. He would have been unencumbered toward the basket.
Well, the Hilltoppers throw it into the backcourt to Josiah Frescas. And 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Josiah now dribbling out near the half-court circle. Will bring it over now to Ethan Mondragon. Mondragon to Nico Garcia. Garcia dribbles behind his back once, twice, and now he goes up, puts his shot up too hard off the glass. And we're going to have a personal foul go to Nico. I don't know where the world that came from, but he now has 4. Well, they got him only for no wait.
They haven't. No, that was his third. That was his third personal.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The other one went to Mondragon. That's right. Okay. So, 15-point lead for Los Alamos, and under 1 minute to go, third quarter. Tobias Velasquez gets it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez over to Velasquez. 3-point shot. This is off. Rebound comes down to Ethan Mondragon. They grab him by the arm. Nothing called. Nico Garcia coming down the floor. He bumped into, nothing called. In the corner, 3-point shot for the Hilltoppers. That is off by Kyle Evanhus. Long pass down the floor. Comes to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez lays it in.
Boy, not a good shot there by the Toppers. They rushed that. They had no need to rush that.
Nico Garcia with it with 20 seconds to go. The ball bounces loose. It's picked up. Pass down the floor. Derek Sanchez lays it in for 2. And right now it's an 11-point ball game, 44-33. Hilltoppers were up by 19 at one point. Enrique Tafoya in the corner. Out on top. Nico, 3-point shot. And that is off until the quarter ends. The Hilltoppers up by 11, 44-33. As the Hilltoppers came up with 13 points and Pojoaque came up with 15 points. So they cut the 13-point lead down to 11. But the Hilltoppers, like Mike said, they've taken some ill-advised shots on after that steal by Ethan Mondragon, and he got it to Josiah Frescas. Josiah just tried to force his way up the middle. There was no way in the world that he had an open shot. And then, like you say, Mike says at the end when the Hilltoppers had that open shot in the corner, That was not a good shot. He wasn't set up perfectly. So the Hilltoppers, they don't have to keep banging away. They certainly don't want to go into a stall, but they got to quit forcing these things, and they've been trying to force a lot.
Yeah, especially there in the last minute and a half of the quarter, and Derek Sanchez over there capitalizing on the other end, but we have seen this several times this season, Gene. The Toppers are not very good at taking their foot off the gas.
No, they're not.
And the Toppers rushed 2 shots through an ill-advised pass, and in a matter of 30, 35 seconds, the Elks have been able to crawl back into this ball game. Toppers had a chance to shut the door after Ethan Mondragon's steal in the backcourt, and the Toppers just unable to take advantage. This is a dangerous time for Los Alamos. They have got to settle down here early in this fourth quarter.
Zaya Frescas out on top, still on the dribble. Tobias Velasquez working on him. He's in the corner. They're going to bring it over now to Enrique Tafoya, and so Frescas trying to go down the middle, gets it in the corner. Nico's 3-point shot, that's off. Rebound comes down to Rick Valdez. He puts it back in. Rick Valdez playing with 4 personal fouls, and he grabs the rebound and puts it back in. Hilltoppers go back up by 13. Ball underneath. We're going to have Derek Sanchez trying to take it to the hole. He's fouled. And this personal foul is going to go to Enrique Tafoya.
And no, it is going. They're giving it to Rick Valdez.
Are you kidding me?
And Rick, he was in the neighborhood of the foul, and so he is done for the night. 7:18 left on the clock, and he's taking his time leaving. But that is a big loss. Unfortunately for the Toppers, Valdez has been in foul trouble most of this ball game, and it was just in the wrong place, at the wrong time to pick up that 5th foul. And boy, that is that one stings.
Yeah, Derek Sanchez at the free throw line, and he'll shoot 2. And normally a very good free throw shooter. And then, of course, he drops that one in. And so he'll shoot one more. Let's see. He's got 2. Let's see. Is that a 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 7, 18, 19 points. This will give him 20 if he drops this one in. And he does. And he cuts it now to it's a 12-point ball game right now. 47-35, 7:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. And now timeout taken by Pojoaque, and he's going to take a 30. So he has 3 timeouts left. I don't think Los Alamos has taken a timeout.
I don't believe they have. Well, we had a phantom timeout in the first half. I wonder if Los Alamos, that wasn't Los Alamos's, but anyway, the Toppers still have plenty of timeouts here, but 7:18 remaining. And the Elks, like I said, they're crawling back in this. Boy, this is a big possession for Los Alamos. They would love to keep this as a double-digit lead if at all possible. But Los Alamos needs to cash this in. Let's see what they want to do. Eddie Gartz, for the Toppers right now, Eddie Gartz, Nico Garcia, Enrique Tafoya, Kyle Evanos, and Josiah Fresquez. So Gart's in. Gart's an excellent spot-up shooter. Let's see if they want to go to him. Full court pressure here for the Elks.
Enrique Tafoya goes behind his back, and now.
And boy, gives the ball up to Fresquez right on the sideline. He's immediately triple teamed. And Toppers call a timeout. Benito Maes is wisely calling a 30-second timeout. Josiah had absolutely nowhere to go. He was pinned up against the sideline, and he had 3 guys right in his face.
In the coffin corner of half court, and so you got the timeline on one side, the sideline on the other, and then he was triple teamed. There was nowhere he, like you say, nowhere he had to go. 7:07 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Still an 11-point lead for Los Alamos, 46-35. And the Hilltoppers will inbound it. And right now, Mike, unless I'm mistaken, in the ballgame we have 4 sophomores and 1 junior. Nico Garcia takes it to the hole and drops it in. So Nico just powers it down the baseline on the left side. And on the other end, Derek Sanchez does exactly the same thing. So Sanchez now with 22 points in the ballgame. And Josiah Fresca bringing the ball up the floor against the Frescas. And I think the Frescas, they're going to call a foul on Derek Sanchez, I do believe. Yeah, and that's going to be, let's see, that'll be his second. And the ball on the floor, that's the fourth team foul on Pojoaque. Hilltoppers will inbound it under their own basket. They'll get it to Nico Garcia. They bring it out now to Kyle Evans, who's over to Eddie Gartz underneath to Nico. Back to Kyle Evans, and he's called for a walk.
I didn't see that. Evan Hus got he went upstairs to get the pass. I don't think that was for him. I think they're trying to get Eddie Gartz over on the wing.
Yes. 48-37, still an 11-point lead for Los Alamos. Derek Sanchez with it, loses the handle, gets a screen, goes around Kyle Evans, who puts a shot up. It's off. Rebound comes down to Josiah Fresca. Sanchez is all over him, and they're not calling anything. Nico Garcia with it, gets it now to Josiah Fresca. Now they call the foul. This one's going to go to Jordan Lopez. Now Lopez picks up his first personal. That is the 15th foul. But boy, they were just clobbering Josiah on the other end. Nothing called. Unbelievable. So we're going to have a timeout taken by Jacob Mossman of Milwaukee. 6:14 remains. Hilltoppers still lead by 11. And so the full timeout. So right now Mossman has 2 fulls and the Hilltoppers with 1:30 and 3 fulls. But right now in the ballgame for Los Alamos, it's really, really interesting because the only junior on the floor for the Hilltoppers, let's see, is Nico Garcia. And everybody else, Evan Hoos, Tafoya, Enrique Tafoya, Eddie Gartz, and Josiah Fresca are all sophomores.
Yep, so not a lot of postseason experience on the floor right now for Los Alamos. But doing very well. Josiah, like you said, Gene, just got absolutely mugged on the trip down here the last time out. He was able to keep his feet. He was able to keep his dribble. So good job for Josiah. But he was getting pounded. That's the way this game is going to be officiated the rest of the way. That is going to be. That's on the Toppers got to watch out for because Milwaukee is getting close to desperation mode. They're going to have to ramp up their aggression, and if they're not going to call anything, that could be a problem.
That's exactly right. And so the thing is that right now they've come out the second half very aggressive. Their defense, they have a trapping defense. Get it to Enrique Tafoya. Tafoya has the ball knocked away from him. Ball's on the floor. It's going to roll away. They're going to say Enrique touched it last. Right at half court. So they just immediately double teamed him, knocked the ball away. Comes over now to Mario Barres. They'll get it now to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez trying to Kyle Evans, who's working on Derek Sanchez right now. 3-point shot goes up and in.
There's a whistle on the floor. That was on the shot or what they're going to call.
We're going to have a foul.
So the 3-pointer will be good. And they're going to call Evans with a foul. And I don't think that was on the shot. I think it was that was away from the ball.
Yeah, away from the ball. I didn't see who made the 3.
I did not either.
But anyway, they came up with the 3-pointer. And then they call a foul right now on that personal foul went to Nico Garcia. That's his 4th. And so that makes it 48-40. An 8-point ball game. They get it to Derek Sanchez, and he just lays it in for 2.
There was no question where the ball was going off the inbound, and Toppers looked like it surprised them.
It really did. So, and the ball going to Derek, and the long Nico Garcia gets they bring it into Nico Garcia, and he just heaves it down to Josiah Frescas. Frescas goes to the free throw line, and he is fouled. And this personal foul will go to Derek Sanchez. That's going to be his 3rd. And at the free throw line, it's 48-42. Hilltoppers were up by 19. So Frescas at the line shooting 2, misses the first.
Oh, boy.
And he'll shoot more, has 18 points in the ball game right now.
I can't believe this is a 6-point ball game, Gene. What happened?
Yes, that didn't take very long either. Frescas mixed both the free throws. Well, you never see that. Mario Barras going to get it over now to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez on the dribble at near half court. Velasquez will bring it over to Mario Barras, now into Luke and to DJ Armia. Has the ball knocked away by Nico Garcia. Comes to Velasquez. Tobias will bring it over now to Mario Barras. They're going to try to get it inside to Derek Sanchez, and I think they're going to call Nico Garcia for the personal. No, it's going to go to Ethan Mondragon.
Wow, so that very easily could have gone to Nico.
Yeah, that's his 3rd, and so that is the 7th team foul on Los Alamos. So that's going to put Derek Sanchez at the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Derek at the line, 42-48, 19-point lead for Los Alamos is down to 6, and he misses a 1 and 1. Unbelievable. That's something you don't see very often. So Ethan Mondragon is triple teamed. They're all over him. I mean, my God, they're just killing him. Loose ball, and so this is ridiculous. The refereeing here has turned ridiculous. They were just beating him up and knocking him around, and the ball knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. They give it back to Pojoaque. They get it now. Shot taken. This is off. Nico Garcia with the rebound. Gets it to Josiah Frescas. Frescas is fouled. Finally comes across the timeline. Still on the dribble. And they got holding on to his arm, for God's sake.
That should be an intentional foul.
They're holding on to his arm.
And that's going to go to DJ Jaramillo. That's his 3rd. That was just a grab. There was no attempt to stop the ball. That was a grab. That should be an intentional foul.
So 48-42 is Derek Sanchez missed the front end of a 1 and 1. And right now, the ball free throw line for Los Alamos is Josiah Frescas. That just missed 2. He puts that one in. He had 19 points in the ball game. That makes it a 7-point lead for Los Alamos. And Josiah can give him an 8-point lead with 4:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Josiah ready. Shot number 2. This one good. 20 points now for Josiah. And a timeout will be taken by Benito Maestas. Let's see what he wants to do. He's going to take a full timeout. So Hilltoppers have 2 fulls left in a 30. The 4:45 to go. 8-point lead for Los Alamos right now. And Pojoaque is just, they've just gotten unbelievably physical, and the referees aren't calling anything.
No, they're not.
The way they're beating up Josiah, it's ridiculous.
No, he was fouled no less than 3 times on that last penetration he attempted. They finally called the grab. I think it was an intentional foul. I saw no attempt to stop the ball. I think Jaramillo just kind of almost gave him a bear hug.
Yeah,
you can't do that. That is that's a classic intentional foul. Now, when people think intentional foul, they think something really, horrendous, egregious. Foul, yeah. That's not what happened. But there was no attempt to go after the ball or anything like that. He just grabbed him. And that is a classic intentional foul.
And so right now the Hilltoppers are in Well, both teams are in the single bonus at the moment. 8-point lead for Los Alamos, 50-42. As Derek Sanchez has brought them back at 7 points in the first half, but he's got like around 20 points right now. Here comes Pojoaque down the floor. Clock on the move, 4:40 to go. They're going to bring it over now out on top to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez will get it over to Serafine Mendez. We haven't seen Serafine in the ball game yet at all, and so they're still passing around. Velasquez, 3-point shot. This is off. Rebound comes down to Nico Garcia. Garcia will get it to Enrique Tafoya. Tafoya coming up the floor. Going to hand it over to Nico Garcia. Going to get it to Frescas. Frescas going to take it to the hole. What are you doing? What are you doing?
That made no sense.
And so Derek Sanchez is going to take it in. And there should be a charge on Sanchez, but they don't call it.
That's gonna be on Nico. Nico is done. They're gonna call a blocking foul on Nico. With Sanchez's move to the basket, Nico is out of this ball game. 4:03 remaining.
Let's see, or did they
what
call
did they not give that to Nico?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they have him for 4.
Not even for 4, yes.
That's not right.
No, it isn't. But Derek Sanchez scored. So now he's going to attempt to complete the 3-point play. And this one goes up and in. It's now a 5-point ball game, 4 minutes to go. Nico Garcia, they're triple teaming everywhere. And Enrique Tafoya in the backcourt. Enrique, Hilltoppers have numbers everywhere. And Josiah Fresca is going to take it to the hole. What are you doing? They have a 3-on-1 fast break. Oh my God!
Yep, uncontested. Well, the 3-on-1. Josiah is on the floor right now. He looks like he's hurt. Yeah, he is hurt. So,
yes, he is.
And oh boy, he was hitting a very tender spot, unfortunately. And Josiah is in some serious pain after that. But I can't believe he took that to the basket. There was no need for that. Toppers had a 3-on-1, had 2 guys out to his right, completely uncovered, and even with even if he was going to take it to the basket, there's no need to take it to the basket at that point.
No, period. Either way, I mean, it's just a.
Yeah, and actually, they're looking more at his leg now. I thought that was another issue, or maybe that's compounded. Either way, Josiah is he's up under his own power and he's walking around. That's good to see. But he will be. Looks like they're going to take him back to the locker room here, Gene.
Yeah, really. I don't know what he.
Number 33 for the Hilltoppers, Isaac Manzanares.
And so coming in for Los Alamos is Isaac Manzanares, a freshman, a sophomore. Isaac hasn't played that much, but he's going to shoot the free throws as the Hilltoppers. He'll shoot 2. This is the first.
Well, interesting choice to bring Manzanares in, who has not been on the floor this entire ballgame.
No, that's right. Makes 1 of 2. 6-point ball game now, 51-45. Mario Barrios with it. Gets it over now to Jeremy Quintana. Quintana get it to Tobias Velasquez. 3:40 to go. 6-point ball game. Velasquez is going to take it to the hole. Puts it up and in.
Velasquez.
So Velasquez picks up his 10th point in the ball game. They steal the ball. Down on the other end, and they get it. So Velasquez once again, and Velasquez makes this a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, I think we have a timeout by the Toppers here. And, oh, my goodness. Quick bucket by Velasquez. Immediate steal by the Elks. Velasquez cashes in again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 3:20 remaining. We have gone from a 19-point lead in the third quarter to a 2-point lead for the Toppers. And the Toppers are reeling right now. Fresquez, see if he is back yet or not. I didn't see him come back from the locker room, but he is out. Nico Garcia playing with, well, he's playing with 5 fouls, but somebody lost count there, so he's only got 4 officially. Rick Valdez already out of this ball game. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Little serious situation here for Los Alamos, and everything going the Elks' way right now, and unfortunately, including I have to say the officiating's going their way right now as well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, 100%. So, but so now coming out of the timeout, the Hilltoppers will inbound it under the Pojoaque basket. They'll give it to Eddie Gartz. Full court press by Pojoaque right now. And Eddie Gartz will take the ball from the official, trying to get it inside, having a lot of trouble doing that. And he throws it away, and it's stolen away by Mario Barros up to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez scores. Tie ball game.
Nico, the only one back there, and Nico's 4 fouls couldn't do anything.
Josiah Fresca's back in the ball game for Los Alamos. On the dribble, has the ball knocked away from him, comes to Eddie Gartz. Gartz gets it over in the corner to Nico Garcia, to Ethan Mondragon. Mondragon has the ball knocked out of his hands, so Hilltoppers will inbound it right in front of the Eddie Gartz. Checks out of the ball game, and we have Kyle Evan who's coming back in. Nico Garcia, it's a tie ball game right now. Skip pass all the way across to Enrique Tafoya. And so we're going to have a foul away from the ball. That's going to go to Jeremy Quintana. That's going to be his 3rd, but that is the 8th team foul on Pojoaque. And so that will put Nico Garcia on the free throw line with 2:58 remaining. No, they're going to say Kyle Evan, who's is the young man that goes to the free throw line. So Kyle will shoot a 1-and-1 for Los Alamos. That is the 9th team foul on Pojoaque. And Kyle Evan, who's shooting 1-and-1, drops that one in. So the Hilltoppers take a 1-point lead. That is only the 3rd point of the ball game for Kyle. Makes it 52-51 with 2:58 remaining. With a lane violation. And that's going to go against Los Alamos. And Benito Maes's crew claiming that he was pushed.
I think he was.
So 1-point lead right now for Los Alamos. So they get it to Derek Sanchez. And under 3 minutes to go, 2:50. 1-point lead for Pojoaque. Derek Sanchez with it. On him is Kyle Evanhoose. Evanhoose on him. He gets the screen, coming around the screen. Almost loses the handle. Has to get it back to Serafin Mendez. Over to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez is going to take it down. Shot taken. This is up. Runs around and comes off. Rebound comes down to Josiah Fresquez. Hilltoppers on the run. Fresquez underneath. Wide open. Kyle Evanhoose. 3-point lead for Los Alamos right now with 2:20 to go. And we're going to have a foul call, and this one is going to go against the Hilltoppers. That will go to Josiah Fresquez. That's only his 1st. That is the 9th team foul on Los Alamos. And at the free throw line will be Tobias Velasquez shooting 1-and-1. Hilltoppers leading by 3 with 2:17 to go. Velasquez at the line. 2:17 to go. 1-and-1. This is off. Rebound comes down to Enrique Tafoya. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Pojoaque. Hilltoppers will inbound it under the Pojoaque basket. Leading by 3. 2:15 to go. Baseball it down the floor we're trying to baseball it down to Tobias Velasquez. To Josiah Fresquez. Frescas could have almost had it, but he stumbles and falls and it goes out of bounds. So
I have no words for that pass, Gene. Unbelievable.
So they get it now to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez on the dribble. 3-point ball game. 2 minutes to go. Give it to Mario Barras. Barras now out on top. Going to hand it over to Derek Sanchez. Kyle Evanhus on him. He gets the screen coming around the screen. Going to put it up. Going to roll around and in. So Derek Sanchez puts it in. 1-point ball game. Nico Garcia with it. Gets it to Josiah Frescas. Frescas will bring it up for Los Alamos. And Frescas on the dribble. Minute 39 to go. 1-point lead for Los Alamos. Josiah Frescas is going to take it to the hole. Puts it up and in. And he'll go to the line. Josiah Frescas, 22 points in the ball game. And he'll go to the free throw line. He gives Los Alamos a 3-point lead. He can give the Toppers a 4-point lead. Minute and a half to go. 1:32 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And at the free throw line to Josiah Frescas, and he will shoot one, trying to complete the 3-point play. 1:32 to go. 56-53. Shot is up. Shot is off. Rebound comes down to Mario Barras. Barras gets it up to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez quickly up the floor. Tobias is going to try to take it to the hole. He's almost tied up. The ball's on the floor. Battle for it, and the Hilltoppers win it. Comes down to Tobias Velasquez, and they're going to have a personal foul go to Mario Barras as he fouls Josiah Frescas, and Josiah will go to the line to shoot 2. Hilltoppers in the double bonus. 1:17 to go. And right now, Josiah Frescas can give Los Alamos a 5-point lead with 1:17 remaining in this ball game. So the sophomore, the 5'6" sophomore, goes to the free throw line for Los Alamos. He's going to shoot 2. First one good. Frescas puts that one in. He'll shoot one more. 57-53. He can give Los Alamos a 5-point lead. Make this a 2-possession game. 1:17 to go. Frescas right now. And so right now, Kyle Evanhus is almost. What are they calling? They're calling a lane violation on Tobias Frescas for stepping on the line. For stepping on the free throw line. Unbelievable. Frescas lining up to shoot the free throw, and they call him for a stepping on the free throw line. Lane violation.
To the line to shoot the bonus. Derek Sanchez.
Well, you see that foul. You see that called about once a decade.
Yes, once a century.
I can't believe they call that in that situation.
150.
First of all, I didn't see anything, and second of all, I can't believe you call that with 1:15 in the game on the line. A protocol foul.
Yeah, really. So Derek Sanchez at the line as that personal foul went to Kyle Evanhus.
That, by the way, is 29 points for Derek Sanchez. 22 of those here in the second half.
So he drops that first one in. He'll shoot one more. Minute 15 to go. This one's going to be off. Rebound going to come down to the Hilltoppers, and we're going to have a personal foul called on Pojoaque. That's going to put Kyle Evanhus on the free throw line for the Hilltoppers, as a personal foul will go to DJ Armillo. That'll be his 4th, and double bonus time right now for the Hilltoppers. And so Kyle Evanhus at the free throw line. 3-point lead for Los Alamos right now, 57-54, as Derek Sanchez missed that second free throw. Unbelievable. Kyle Evanhus at the line for Los Alamos, puts it up. It's good. Kyle Evanhus puts it in for the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers now take a 4-point lead. Minute 12 to go. And Kyle Evanhus, the sophomore, still at the line. 4 sophomores in the ball game for Los Alamos, and 1 junior. That's it. The only senior on the team is on the bench. And right now, here comes Kyle Evanhus. His sophomore puts it up, puts it in. This one rolls around and drops in. Kyle Evanhus The Hilltoppers with a 5-point lead, 59-54, under 1 minute to go. And so we're going to have a foul away from the ball.
That might be on Nico.
And that's going on Nico Garcia, and that'll be all for Nico. And he gets a round of applause from the crowd, and I think that round of applause is coming from Pojoaque.
Oh, yeah, they're not sorry at all to see Nico out of this ball game.
But this is going to be 2 shots right now for Dalian Lopez, a 5'10 junior. Not scored in the ball game, has not been to the free throw line, but he's in the double bonus, so he'll shoot 2. It's a 5-point lead for Los Alamos, 59-54. Dalian Lopez at the free throw line, shooting 2. Refereeing in his 4th quarter has been horrendous. So this one is going to be off. Hilltoppers with the rebound, but that doesn't matter because he gets 1 more.
Yeah, we're in the double bonus here. So
it'll be, if he makes it, it's a 4-point ball game with 64 seconds to go. Lopez up, puts his shot up. This is good. Hilltoppers inbound it. They're going to get it now to Enrique Tafoya, and they're going to foul. They're going to say that the ball goes, well, unbelievable. Josiah Frescas goes to the floor. They're double teaming him, and they're going to say the ball went off of his foot out of bounds. They get it inside to Derek Sanchez, and Sanchez makes it a 2-point ball game once again. Josiah Frescas, they grab him by the arm. That's going to be Derek Sanchez, and that's going to be. Well, they don't give it to Derek Sanchez? Well, they do.
Yeah, they did. That'll be his 3rd. That'll send Fresquez to the line, and
52 seconds to go.
I don't know. His shoe doesn't look tied properly. I think he should forfeit his free throws.
Really? Something's wrong here. First one good. Josiah Fresquez puts it in for Los Alamos. He'll shoot 1 more. He gives Los Alamos a 3-point lead. 51.6 seconds remaining. He can give the Hilltoppers a 4-point lead and under 1 minute to go. Josiah Frescas shot up. It's good. And so quickly down the floor comes Tobias Velasquez. He's going to get it over. They're going to get it to Velasquez. Is going to try to take it to the hole. He can't. He's cut off. They're trying to get it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is going to go in. Sanchez should be called for a charge. But they're not going to call that. Sanchez just went charging in to just piled into Eddie Gartz. Knocked Gartz flying, but they're going to give Eddie the foul. That's his first. But Sanchez will go to the line to shoot 2. 61-57. 39 seconds remaining. Sanchez at the free throw line. Puts the first shot up. Misses. Misses the first one and then whacks the ball with his fist. Whacks the ball away with his fist after he misses the first. It's still a 4-point ball game. 61-57.
Derek Sanchez has been off from the foul line tonight.
Yeah, so Sanchez at the line, shooting 1 more. And this one is also off. Rebound's going to come down to Pojoaque. Pojoaque, they're going to bring it all the way out on top. Velasquez gets away with a walk, and then Eddie Gartz steals the ball away, and he's called for the reach-in. That rebound for Los Alamos would have done it. 34.5 seconds to go, 61-57. At the free throw line, Tobias Velasquez. He'll shoot 2. Velasquez at the line. Puts in the first. That makes it 61-58. 34.5 seconds to go. Velasquez on his second shot. Up. This is off. Rebound comes down to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez puts a shot up. He misses. Fight for the rebound, and they're going to go off of Pojoaque, out of bounds.
Battle under the basket between Mendez and Tafoya, but Mendez knocks the ball out of bounds. And We have a whistle before the ball was inbounded. I have no idea what for.
So Pojoaque putting nobody on Kyle Evans, who's going to inbound it, and right now they're almost. Tobias Velasquez, and it looks like the Antonio, our buddy, hugging Tobias, and then so right now immediately they're going to foul Ethan Mondragon.
I think it's going to go on Barros, and I think he's done.
And that will go to Mario Barros, right, and that's all for him. 26 seconds to go. It's a 3-point ball game. And at the free throw line for Los Alamos, we're going to have Ethan Mondragon, a sophomore, going to the line for the Hilltoppers. Nobody on the lane for Los Alamos. I don't understand that.
It didn't work last time they did that, Gene.
Well, he's going to shoot 2. Now they're putting people on the lane.
Okay.
They're putting 2 people on the lane, 2 people back. Well, we need to. Well, right now, we need this free throw here from Ethan Mondragon to make it a 2-point possession, two possession game. Mondragon shot up. It's off. Rebound. Going to come down to Nico Garcia. And Kyle Evanhoose. And Evanhoose is fouled. Or do they call a timeout?
I think the Toppers called a timeout right after he got the rebound. 26 seconds remaining. And Pojoaque had no choice but to foul him. I don't think the Toppers needed to call a timeout there.
No, they really didn't.
But
no. 26 seconds remain, Mike.
Wow, 3-point ball game, 61-58. Still a 1-possession ball game, and as we've seen here in the second half, literally anything can happen. And wow, what a crazy finish to this ball game. See how the Toppers want to get the ball in bounds. They have struggled to do that here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. I'm not a fan of taking the timeout here for that reason. The Toppers have not inbounded the ball very well.
No, and when we come out of that timeout, it's going to be 5 sophomores on the floor for Los Alamos. 3-point lead, 61-58, 26 seconds to go.
And this, Gene, is the final countdown.
This is it. So the Hilltoppers will inbound it in the corner, in the front court, all the way down in the corner on the left side. And I think Benito still has 2 timeouts, I do believe. Hilltoppers trying to get it in. They can't get it in. They finally get it out to Enrique Tafoya. They get it to and right now they're going to have a deliberate foul. And this is going to be on Derek Sanchez. So he picks up his 4th, and that's going to put Josiah Frescas on the free throw line. He's going to shoot 2. He can give Los Alamos a 5-point lead with 23 seconds to go.
27 points, I believe, for Josiah at this point.
Josiah, first shot, rolls around and in. 4-point lead for the Hilltoppers, 62-58. 22.9 seconds up on the clock. And Josiah Frescas, a sophomore. 5 sophomores on the floor right now for Los Alamos. And Tobias Frescas at the line, puts it up, misses, rebound. Going to come down, 4-point ball game, 62-58. Taking it straight to the hole and dropping it in was Jordan Lopez. 2-point ball game. They're going to get it now to Enrique Tafoya, and they're going to foul Enrique on purpose with 10 seconds to go.
That was going to be on number 30, Serafin Mendez.
So Serafin Mendez picks up the foul, but right now at the line, the sophomore, Enrique Tafoya, has 3 points in the ball game. He had a 3-pointer, puts up the first. No problemo. Boy, no problem at all. They just handed him the ball, and he just shot it. He didn't stand there dribbling, looking at the basket. He just shot it. Second one, good. 4-point ball game. Under 10 seconds to go. Derek Sanchez with it. Shoots from the side, from the baseline. Rims around it, comes off. Rebound. Comes down to the Hilltoppers. The Hilltoppers do it. The Hilltoppers have advanced to the semifinals of the district tournament. 64-60 over the Pojoaque Elks. And the Elks coming back from 19 down to tie the score. But the Hilltoppers able to hang on and win this ball game 64-60. And they will advance to the semifinals.
Unbelievable. What Toppers huge for 2.5 quarters of this ball game. They are just dominant. The Elks behind Derek Sanchez come back, tie the ball game. The Toppers with sophomore after sophomore after sophomore. They go to the foul line. They just so much going on, and they are able to convert from the foul line when they needed to. Enrique Tafoya ices the game with the 2 most casual free throws I think I've ever seen a sophomore take. What a game. The Toppers close it out 64-60. And we have a very special guest with us right now, head coach Benito Maestas of Los Alamos. Coach, these are tricky headsets, but I think we got it. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
My goodness, what a ball game. You guys are up 19 points, everything going your way. Derek Sanchez starts doing what he's doing. You get a couple of bad breaks. How are you guys able to fight through those?
Well, hats off to Derek and the whole Pojoaque team, the coaching staff. But you know what? We stayed with it. I mean, we continue to fight. We knew it was going to be a battle coming into Pojoaque. I'm just so proud of my kids that they didn't give up, although we were up by 19, like you said, but we continue to fight. And we're fortunate to come out with that W.
All right. Wow. So in that fourth quarter, obviously Rick fouls out early in the quarter. Nico late in the quarter. You have 5 sophomores on the floor at once. Josiah, what a huge night for him. But then Enrique Tafoya, he just went up there, with time running down like a champ. He sank those 2 free throws no problem. And young kids with limited postseason experience, but they really came through for you tonight.
Yeah, you know what? I have 100% confidence in Enrique and everybody on my team. But Enrique came through for us big time. He hits him in practice consistently. So when he went up to that line, I had 100% confidence that he was going to nail both of those free throws.
Yeah, just a fantastic job for him. And talk about Josiah tonight. We saw him a couple of nights ago. He kind of became a one-man show there in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 18 points in that fourth quarter. Comes out like gangbusters tonight, and then able to hit a big bucket, hit some free throws late, and he was able to put this ball game away. We've seen that Josiah on a couple of occasions. It just felt like he just kind of taking the team on his shoulders, and I think he did that in several spots tonight.
Yeah, Josiah, I can't say enough about him. Not only tonight, but all season. He just loves the game of basketball. He has such a high basketball IQ. He loves to play hard. He loves to win. He's unselfish. He loves to distribute to his teammates. But he is our floor general. When he gets going, he's our spark plug. When he gets going, the rest of the team gets going. But you know what? We have a solid team. I'm just happy that we were able to get the win tonight, and we're gonna enjoy it tonight. Get back to practice tomorrow evening and get ready for Espinal.
Yeah, absolutely. Great win, 64-60. Talking with Benito Maestas, head coach of the Toppers right now. First half, looking at that, just a fantastic defensive effort in the first half for you guys. You go down the list of guys who really who really looked just solid on the defensive end. The last couple of games, though, just absolutely stepping up his defense was Ethan Mondragon, and he was rock solid last night. He had a huge night for you again. What's he been able to do for you guys?
Ethan's our little firecracker, man. He has no fear. He gets up in there and gets in. He doesn't care what grade they're in, how big they are, how fast they are. It doesn't matter. But Ethan's one of our best defenders out there. Can't say enough about him.
Yeah, no, he did a great job under the glass. So we have Thursday at 6:00, correct?
Correct.
Taking on the Espanola Valley Sun Devils.
Yes.
In the Valley.
Right.
Always a tough place to play. What are your thoughts right now heading in that ball game?
Well, right now, I'm going to go in there and talk to my team, and congratulate them on fighting with it and getting this W. We're going to celebrate it tonight, but tomorrow is another day. I know Espanola is probably there was here scouting us. I saw the coaches, I saw some players, but you know what? Going into Espanola Valley, it's always a tough place to play. It doesn't matter if they're down or if they're up. It doesn't matter. It's a tough place to play, but we're focused. We're going to be ready.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach Benito Maestas. Picks up the win here in the district quarterfinal contest, on to the semifinals Thursday. Thank you. Congratulations, Coach. What a contest tonight.
Thank you. You guys have a good evening.
All right. We absolutely will. Benito Maestas, thank you so much. And boy, what a ball game. This could have, Gene, as we were watching, this could have gone any number of ways.
Oh my
the
God,
topper
yes.
Things. Just one thing on top of another over on the toppers there in that second half. They managed to hang on. They hit the free throws when they needed to, and they were able to close out this contest. Incredible. And like we said, don't forget, this is a bunch of sophomores.
Yes.
These are not seniors we're looking at. These are not juniors with a couple of years under their belts. Most of these guys, this is their first district tournament. Just not a whole lot of postseason experience. You wouldn't have known that tonight.
No, you certainly wouldn't have. They were, and when you were talking to Benito, I heard you ask him and talk to him about Enrique Tafoya. He came up with those last two free throws. He acted like he was just horsing around. I mean, they just handed him the ball and he shot it. There wasn't any of the sittings out there and stare at the basket and hold the ball and, the whole kick, it was amazing. So anyway, but a big win for the Hilltoppers, big victory after losing twice to Pojoaque, and then Derek Sanchez took over in the second half for Pojoaque, and he got a lot of help from the referees. 34 points for Derek in the ball game, as he only had 7 at the end of the first half, so he picks up 27 points in the second half. But the referees weren't doing the Hilltoppers any favors in the fourth quarter, but it was a physical ball game, but not a dirty ball game, just physical. But both teams just giving it their all. I mean, high intensity high school basketball, and that's what you like. I mean, that's what's really fun, to see them come out and just both teams just give their all. And the Hilltoppers coming away with the victory, and so they will advance now 64-60, and they'll, like Mike says, 6:00 on Thursday night at Espanola, and the Hilltoppers will on the semifinals, and they have a good chance to head to the finals against the Taos Tigers this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And Toppers on to the district semifinals. And I thought I saw some Espanola folks hanging out in the stands scouting this ball game. And they've been sitting back for a while, and they're definitely gonna be ready. But there'll be plenty of good seats at in Espanola. Don't even worry about it. You know, they really don't get that excited this time of year. So, and no, I'm just kidding. You might want to, if you can order them online, you might want to think about doing that. That is going to be a nut house out down there on Thursday, 6 o'clock. Hard start time, 26 points tonight for Josiah Fresquez. What a battle. Awesome game for Josiah. Hit a couple of big free throws when he needed them. 13 points for Nico Garcia. Fouled out late. Hit three threes in this ball game. Toppers needed those down the stretch. 7 points each for Kyle Evenhuss and Eddie Gartz. Nice game for Eddie tonight. Just a fantastic ball game for. The sophomores, again, top to bottom, just came up big tonight for Los Alamos when they needed them. Derek Sanchez doing what he does, 34 points tonight. But interestingly enough, Gene, he just from the foul line tonight, he just did not have it.
No, he killed him from the foul line,
and that doesn't happen very often. So, but 34 points, 13 points. For Tobias Velasquez, he led several breaks for the Pojoaque Valley Elks tonight. Interestingly, Gene, I can honestly say coming into this district tournament, there was really only one district team that I would say was on the bubble to get in the playoffs. That was Pojoaque.
Yes.
And I got to wonder now with this loss, is that how big of a problem is that going to be for them?
Yeah, really, it really is. So, well, Mike, a fantastic ball game. 19-point lead for Los Alamos, and they came back and tied the score. They never did to take the lead, but they did come back and tie the score. But the Hilltopper was able to hold on and win by 4. And what a finish. I mean, what a crazy finish. And 5 sophomores on the floor for Los Alamos at the end of the ball game. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Mays and for Nate Limbach and John McHale and Charlene McHale and Debbie Katko. That's our crew. And we want to thank all of them for everything that they've done. All these guys been a great crew to work with all year long, but we're still not done, and we'll be back on the air on Thursday night, just a little before 6 o'clock. Semifinals of the District 2 4A tournament, and the Hilltoppers will go up against the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. So either go down to Espanola or be sure to turn in to the Daily Post. So have a good tomorrow, everybody, and you can make it even better Wednesday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug the penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. An exciting ball game tonight, sweetie. Wish you could have been here to watch it with me. I miss you, and bye-bye, everybody.